Hey everybody, Goosebumps for Dummies here, and today we are going to be reviewing Revenge of the Body Squeezers. This is the 6th Give Yourself Goosebumps Special Edition book. Has a great cover by Greg White. Yes, this does have relevance that he's blue, and is a direct-ish sequel to Invasion of the Body Squeezers, which is the two-parter from Series 2000, which takes up books 4 and 5. Now, holy crap, we have a lot to say, just in the intro alone. So let's start off with the weight of this review. That is not my body weight. Holy crap, this is a lot of things combined. This is the final Goosebumps book review that I can possibly do at this moment, because I do not have Camp Bigfoot or any other Goosebumps stuff that I am yet to review that is a book, you know? I literally can't review anything else. I don't have the Calling All Creeps TV book, so I can't really do that. So this is going to be the last one, at least most likely. I don't see me getting Calling All Creeps until Camp Bigfoot drops. So yeah, bear with me. There will probably be other book reviews, or probably essay reviews or something, until then. This is also the final Give Yourself Goosebumps book I'm have to review, and the final special edition Give Yourself Goosebumps book I may have to review. So there's already a bunch of weight in completing those series alone. And yeah, this is also a sequel book, so there's a lot of weight on it following up and being great, which we'll get to if it is or isn't. And I also read this, funny enough, right before New Year's, and this is actually a holiday-themed book. Yeah, this is a New Year's book. I'm not even kidding. So there is so much weight on this book alone. And I put some on it myself, but there's also the fact that it's a sequel. It's a really special Goosebumps book. It's really fucking rare, too. So it's like, I feel like this is a great send-off for a while, I guess. And to my original line, I guess, of Goosebumps reviews before we enter a new age with me literally just reviewing new Goosebumps books. Outside of the Calling All Creeps TV book, whenever I get my hands on it. Hopefully this year, but we'll see. Thanks for watching these reviews. Let's dive in. To make up for time, I'll try and be faster here in the blurb. The sweet squeeze of revenge. Newsflash, while you were on vacation, LA was invaded by green aliens. You remember Jack from Goosebumps Series 2000, Invasion of the Body Squeezers, right? Well, in this book, his story continues, and you're in it. Jack was able to defeat the green aliens, but now blue aliens from the same planet have landed, and they're out to put the squeeze on all Earthlings. Can you save the human race before it's too late? The final time. The choice is yours in the scary Goosebumps adventure that's packed of over 20 super spooky endings. I never have to say it again. And how do I feel on this book? Well, Fate has decided that this is also one of the best Give Yourself Goosebumps books in the entire series. Yeah, funnily enough, I picked a very perfect book to read, not only for New Year's, but to finish this series, so fuck yeah. This book is very good, and there's a lot to go over, so bear with me. Let's start off with, is this book a good sequel or not? Yeah, it's a very good sequel, for what it is. I really like this one, and I think it was one of the best Give Yourself Goosebumps books, and easily, dare I say it, the best Body Squeezer book. Yeah, the book is extremely fun. That is the most apparent upside I can make, so if you're looking for something fun, this is your guy. There is a tone in this book that is extremely different, and I think that's because they probably had a new offer for this one if I had to bet. I know Stine didn't write any of these Give Yourself Goosebumps books, at least past, 5, so yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And yeah, this one is super honed in on the goofiness, and there's a lot of good jokes in here, and great writing and humor that I really appreciated, especially for some of the dire stuff in this book. Getting to that now, there's some dire decision-making, which I found really cool. You know, there's more moral dilemmas in here than I've seen anywhere else in Give Yourself Goosebumps. The big fork in the road that divides the paths up is whether you should save your friends or save LA. And it's like, that's a big conversation there. It's a moral dilemma. You don't see that kind of stuff usually for Give Yourself Goosebumps. And there's a few other dire, tough decisions that are actually difficult because it's like, there's an obvious answer, but do I want to do that? Thinking realistically here. It's good stuff. I think there's actually good decision-making in here. Not that it's usually terrible, but it's just like, it's usually not this good, you know what I'm saying? And there's something in here about it being a sequel that I really appreciated, and that's the lore. Oh yeah, there's juicy lore, and I don't want to go into all of it because you get a lot of snippets and ideas and assumptions about these guys that you learn. But I want to do a few highlights. Now, my favorite thing about this is the fact that you actually go to the planet, and it's basically Mars, but they have glass buildings. Yeah, it's like a red, dusty planet. I believe they have like tall purple trees or something. I can't quite recall what color at least. And they have glass buildings. I don't know if it's like clear glass or porcelain or something, but they have glass buildings, and it's pretty goofy. But yeah, really cool. You also learn that Mr. Fleshman, the villain of the original two-parter, Invasion of the Body Squeezers, has 2 children, and they indeed show up. One is way older than the other, and one of them is actually a central character, the daughter. There's a son and a daughter. Really cool stuff, and that there's these blue guys. They're the ones who can talk. They're also called Frivers. Their planet is called Friv. I don't know why. It's cool stuff. And yes, these guys are from the same planet as the green ones. The green ones are from Friv, and they're called Frivers as well, I assume. All assumption, but it's pretty much confirmed. A lot of interesting lore, and I think if you're into the Body Squeezers already, you think they're cool, you're going to eat this stuff up. Whether it's tried or not, it's nice to get some answers, and I really appreciated it. Whether Stine had much influence over this book or not, I don't know, but it's still good stuff, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I really like this book. I found most of the endings pretty good. I have an alien bias and sci-fi bias, so there's a lot of that good stuff. There's some crazy batshit plot lines in here that I really like. And I think the book is overall just one of the best Give Yourself Goosebumps experiences I've ever had. Seriously, super fun, great sequel. Check this out if you get your hands on it for a good price. Now for some downsides. There's some continuity issues. There's a misgenderization, which is just a random issue I found in the book. And also, some of the endings suck. I'm going to start with the endings. There's 7 or so, maybe less, maybe more, endings that weren't very good. They're not abysmal lows, but they're just not good, per se. So they definitely hindered the score a bit, but not by much. But again, these are going to add up. Just telling you now. There's also, like I said, the misgenderization, which is probably the weirdest thing I've ever seen because, there's Choose Your Own Nightmare books, which is another kids' horror game book series. And that one has art that explicitly shows the gender of you as a character. And it's like, why? That just feels stupid. What if you're a female and it's showing a male? That's just dumb. It doesn't make any sense. Why even include art? It's just random as shit and feels stupid. This didn't bother me much, but it's like, there's a scene in here where you, in the book, claim to be the son of Fleshman. And it's like, the son? Who knows the gender of the reader? It's not a big deal. It's just like random ass error in just the writing. Since these books are gender neutral, and I like that. Because it helps put the reader into the story more better. So I found that pretty odd. And there's my biggest issue, I guess. And it's literally a continuity error. The end of, what is it called? Invasion of the Body Squeezers Part 2 ends probably like September, or at least very late August. Because that book is a back-to-school story. That 2-parter, I guess. Because they go back to school after a nice summer. And it's like, okay, fine. Where does this book pick up? New Year's Eve, which is fine, that's good, but it is claiming to be the same fucking day book 2 ended, which was not. It was at the absolute latest someday in September. Fucking stupid. Yeah, because it picks up right where they left off. The main character walking to the house after, I don't remember her name, but Jack's little sister having an alien in her closet, which I believe is blue, if I'm not wrong. Which I guess played into why this book was the way it was. Yeah, pretty good. That's actually good continuity there, but also bad continuity with the random-ass time mix-up. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, that's it. Let's give this book a score. I give Revenge of the Body Squeezers a 9.5 out of 10. It is not perfect, but the issues are pretty minimal. You know, I can get past the continuity character, I can get past the literal textual issue, since it is a game book. It doesn't make a lot of sense to misgender the reader. And there's also the fact that there's a few bad endings in there. Mostly the bad endings, I guess, and also continuity error are my biggest issues here. So yeah, 9.5 out of 10. That's really it that I had to dunk on. This book is great. It's a nice, fun, alien-themed Give Yourself Goosebumps book that is a great sequel to a very good Series 2000 story. Duology, I guess. Yeah, check this out if you can get your hands on it for a good price. And let alone, get your hands on it for a good price. I mean, do not pay up for this thing. It's not worth it. But I will say, this cover is beautiful to see on your shelf, whether you want to read it or not. Hope you guys enjoyed this book review. Tell me what you think about this one down below. And sayonara until Camp Bigfoot, probably, when it comes to doing book reviews. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.